Let's get to the second part that you mentioned. You've noticed that our democracy is deteriorating into a dictatorship. What do you mean, Bishop, when you say this?
You know, there are certain things that climatic conditions. Climatic conditions are, first of all, you are talking about instruments of governance. Instruments of governance like the police, whatever. These are constitutional bodies. Are they doing their work? They are not being allowed to do their work. They are told what to do. I'm saying that because I had one of my uncles who was a top police officer at Independence. 5 years down the line, he resigned from the police office. He resigned as officer commanding what they called Central Region that time. Okay? So he was a top police officer. And he told us, children, I am resigning from this government because politicians are telling me what to do. I am a trained police officer. He was trained here after being demobilized from the army. Then he was also trained abroad in Europe, in England. I know police work, but the politicians are making me do something that is not according to my training. I am a civil servant. I will be dismissed tomorrow if I disobey one of the ministers, and I will lose my pension. It's better for me, I just go. That is one thing. And then freedom of expression. Freedom of expression, freedom of association.
Are you still saying that to date the police is compromised?
Yes, they are. How the police could act if they were left to act professionally, but they are told to. How have you ever heard anywhere except in Malawi once when the young pioneers, this was a group of cadres in Malawi, the way we have cadres here. They were fighting soldiers at one time, and soldiers didn't want to do the nice thing to quieten them because they are trained as soldiers. Until the time came when Dr. Banda was so unpopular, and there was that uprising. They went for the young pioneers and demolished them, and that is that. You leave the police, they are going to do something that will bring people to book, but they are not supported. They are compromised. They are told what to do, and some, instead of saying, no, we can't do this, they are afraid of their positions because tomorrow they will be dismissed in national interest, and that is that. That is wrong. That is what.
Freedom of expression. Yes,
then when it comes to expression, not just, as they call it, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. It reminds me of what Idi Amin was saying about Uganda. And he said, oh, you know, people complain that Uganda has no freedom of speech, has no freedom of speech. It is not true. We have freedom of speech. Only I don't guarantee freedom of the speech. You see, here in 1955, the colonial government here, which was actually the federal government under the British government, they came up with this law, controversial law, concerning meetings and so on and so forth, Public Order Act. 1955, that's what we keep up to now, 1955. It was done by the British against us, by the colonists who were here against us. We still keep to that. And in fact, I would have liked to bring a piece of paper from 1959. The paper is already, you know, quite yellowish. It is a paper that was used to write a permission, asking for permission from Chinsari district, from Chinsari police and Chinsari district commissioner to hold a church function outside the church because the church was too small. People were coming from various villages for a kind of rally. They had to get this permission. Church function, just within the church surroundings. We still have that. Those young people who wanted to meet the president, what happened? They were threatened by guns. Our own children threatened by guns. This is disgraceful. Disgraceful. What kind of freedom is that? And then you have this facility, movie TV. And we are happy that you have it. But you know what happened to movie TV? It was closed at one time. And I remember at one time, because of what happened there on the Copper Belt with Frederick Chiluba attacking me, I came to movie TV. Can I give my side of the story? No, because the government would not allow you again. I went to ZNBC. No. To Daily Lies, Daily Mail, and then also the Times of Zambia, and so on and so forth. No. And so you know what I decided to do? I said, in that case, I'm going to give a press conference myself. So I called the press conference there in Kapingila House, alone, and demolished what Chiluba was saying, and went for other things, and so on and so forth, to defend the church and to defend myself. And that is that. Now, these are public institutions. Only the government of the day uses them. You can't go to the Times of Zambia and say, I'm going to say this, especially if it's against the government. They won't allow it. And then they put cadres onto journalists from other institutions, media institutions. What kind of freedom is there where people are not free to speak? They are not free to come together and speak and share ideas. What kind? You know, OSIDA. Before OSIDA was registered completely, we had decided to have a meeting at Mulungusho. Say, like minds, let's sit down and just discuss. It will be very informal. They paid all the money and everything. The day we were going there, it was cancelled because they had not told the police. The police had been told, just that they didn't want it. We are the beck and call of the government. So what kind of freedom is that? Where the president is threatening lawyers. Oh, you see, I have to run again, and if the Concord stops me, you will see what happens. I mean, we already have a president who is so strong. The Constitution makes that president so strong, so powerful. And now this time around, they want him to be even more powerful. This is not a democracy at all. This is a dictatorship in everything except name. And that is that. There are no two ways about it. People should not be going around beating about the bush. This is the situation.
Well, interesting. Let's come to the constitutional